2020 had a great year for directors, and in the 2021 Oscars, we see a wide variety of different directors and their work displayed at the Oscars. Welcome to my channel. My name is Justin, and I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that notification for more up and coming videos. Today's video, we will be ranking all 5 of the best director nominations for the 2021 Oscars. The nominations included Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, Issac Chung for Minari, David Fincher for Mink, and Emeral Fennell for Promising Young Woman. This was the first time that 2 women were nominated for an Oscar for Best Director, and they're very deserving of their nominations. Every single movie in here is very good. Some of them cracked my top 10. And each director brought a unique style to their movie. But with the ranking video, we do have to pick the worst one of the bunch. And it's not like a worst movie by any means. It's just my least favorite director of the 5 movies. We're not going to be ranking the movies. We're going to be ranking the directors and their style. Coming in at number 5 is Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round. I thought Thomas Vinterberg did a great job directing this movie of 4 friends who went on a drinking binge and wanted to see how it would affect their professional and personal life as well. What I really liked about his approach to this movie, as the 4 teacher friends got more drunk, the movie became a little more blurry. At times when they were at work and they were drunk, the film became a little unfocused. And I thought that was a great technique. If you've ever been drunk, things become a little unfocused. I really like Thomas Vinterberg's approach to this movie. He also handles the moments of these characters and the enjoyment they have when drinking as friends, because all of them are stuck in this rut. And so he really captures the enjoyment that they're having, and they're reconnecting with their family and coworkers, and they're just having a good time. But he also handles the moments of what happens when you drink a lot and becoming an alcoholic. And so he handles those moments, which have a much more darker subject compared to just at first drinking and having fun. There's a big difference between the 2 tones of this movie. And Thomas Vinterberg is able to capture both tones of the movies very well. Coming in 4th place is Issac Chung. Minari is an amazing movie. Of these 5 movies, Minari was the first one I did see. And it's such a personal, heartwarming story of a family that wants to achieve the American dream. And it just is a simple, realistic story. And Issac Chung captures the more tender, personal, smaller moments for this family. And the father is working hard to achieve the American dream. There is some emotional moments towards the end of the film. But what he does so well is bring that drive for the father to the movie, and the more smaller moments of the family connecting with each other and trying to achieve that dream and work hard, and all the little things that come along the way. But also connecting the family as well, bringing in the grandmother into the movie and having her live with them. This is a sweet movie to watch. And Issac Chung is a great director at bringing the more smaller moments to the screen, but also handling them in a way that makes this film look beautiful. The simple setting for it, the simple characters, the simple storyline make this movie feel grand and epic. And that's the use of the simple camera work, the simple direction of the characters and the story. It's a beautiful film to look at. Coming in at number 3 is Emeral Fennell for Promising Young Woman. This movie gave me a lot of emotions, and yes, Carey Mulligan does contribute a lot to this movie, but Emeral Fennell is able to bring the unique style to this movie and make it feel upbeat at times and very dark and sinister as well. Carey Mulligan just kind of flipped the switch on her character. Emeral Fennell is right there to handle the scene, set the scene of it being really lively and upbeat. If it's at a club or Carey Mulligan is just meeting somebody, really setting the tone at its, fun, it's upbeat. But then she quickly shifts into something that's much darker, and watching Carey Mulligan switch the character around, Emerald Fennell is right there to capture all of that, and the tone just dramatically switches and yanks it right away from you and gives you something completely new. I also loved that she was able to handle some of the, kind of like these montages of Bo Burnham and Carey Mulligan as they're singing the Paris Hilton song in the convenience store. I really loved that sequence that she was able to kind of make the film, I don't want to say feel like generic, but she's able to bring this scene which could be used in like any movie, but she does it in a way that makes it feel memorizing and memorable, and you're just invested in all of the sequences. So she takes these scenes that could be used in a lot of different movies and a lot of just these generic movies. She takes these scenes and crafts them so well to make them very artistic, set this tone in the atmosphere that it could be chilling, it could be heartwarming, you don't know what you're gonna get, and so the movie's just kind of all over the place, and it works so well. Coming at number 2 is Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Now, I do think Chloe Zhao will win Best Director for Nomadland. I think she is the clear choice for the Oscars this year for Best Director. Her directing in Nomadland kind of reminds me a little bit of Minari. It's very simple. She takes real nomads and shows their story, and then has Frances McDormand in there, kind of like almost like it's a documentary of sorts. And watching these nomads explain their lives and why they chose to live in a van, it does feel like a documentary blended in with a real movie, but with a movie feel, not a documentary feel. And that choice to have it presented like that gives it a realistic tone. The movie looks great. There's a lot of great tracking shots, a lot of simple scenes of the camera just lingering on the nomads and Frances McDormand, really capturing Frances McDormand's interest in learning about nomads and watching the nomads kind of describe their life. It gives it that personal and realistic touch. I didn't really know what to expect from Nomadland, but after watching it, I was completely blown away by the presentation for this movie and the directing of the nomads and how they blended into the real story so well. It's a smart move by Chloe Zhao to give it a unique approach to the movie. You're getting real information in a story with Frances McDormand and a lot of great directing to be one of the best films of last year. But coming at number 1, my favorite director of 2020 of this list is David Fincher for Mank. Now, Mink is not my favorite movie of this list, but David Fincher does a great job directing this movie, really trying to capture the era of when Citizen Kane was being written. The choice to have it black and white, the cigarette marks on the screen, the sound that is muffled, all of that goes into really trying to capture the era that Citizen Kane was written. And David Fincher is just a fabulous director. From Social Network to Curious Case of Benjamin Button to Gone Girl, he has a unique style of directing. He's able to bring his style of directing to Mink while also trying to do something just a little bit different, and it really works. This film looks beautiful, and all the different techniques that went into editing the movie and directing the movie honestly makes it feel like it's a movie that came out of that era. And then also some of the directing in here is amazing. A lot of tracking shots of watching the actors walk towards the camera as the camera's walking backwards. Those little techniques I really do appreciate when it comes to a movie like this. I'm always impressed with David Fincher as a director and what he will do next, but this is a movie that feels vastly different than like Seven and Fight Club. Although his style of directing feels very similar to that, the approach to the movie and all the different techniques and the directing style feels a little bit different, and I really loved how he approached this movie. So there you guys have it, all 5 of the best director nominations ranked worst to best. Who is your favorite director of the 5, and what is your least favorite as well? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more upcoming Oscar nomination ranking videos leading up to this year's Oscars. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for those upcoming videos. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.